When replacing a C-jack, you must first unplug the wire harnesses leading to the jack. With the wires disconnected, you can manually run the jack down by the front port of the 3K jack with a 3/8 drive extension or on the back of the worm gear with a 3/4 inch socket. At the front of the jack, there are 4 bolts holding the C-jack in place. At this time, you will want to remove the bolt closest to the jack leg on one side and both bolts on the opposite side. This is best done with a drill to remove the nuts while a wrench prevents the bolt from just spinning. Next, we will remove one of our 2 rear bolts using the same method. With the jack still partially secured, we can manually override the jack into the retracted position. This can easily be done from the rear using a 3/4 socket as we are already here. With the jack retracted, support the jack with a floor jack for easy removal. Place the floor jack so that the footpad of the C-jack is resting just below the head of the floor jack. Raise the floor jack until it is firmly securing the C-jack. With the floor jack supporting the C-jack, we can now remove the last bolt at the rear of the jack, being careful to not let the jack fall on you if you bump it off the floor jack. Next, we will remove the final front bolt, again keeping an eye out to ensure that the jack does not shift on the floor jack. Once the jack is free, simply lower the floor jack down while using one hand to stabilize the C-jack and remove the jack from under the frame. To position the new jack for installment, place it on a floor jack just like the one you removed and slide it into place under the frame. Slowly raise it into position until it is held snug but with enough play to move it to line up the bolt holes. With the jack supported, replace your rear bolts. Start threading your nuts by hand to prevent cross-threading, and then secure the jack in place with your drill and wrench. With the rear of the jack secured, move on to your front bolt on the outermost edge of the jack. Remember to place both the washer and the nut on each bolt as you go. Again, we want to start each nut by hand threading it onto the bolt to prevent cross-threading issues. With the jack now held in place, you can lower and remove the floor jack. Once the jack is clear, you will use the manual override again to lower the jack down. Notice in this video we have used both a drill and ratchet to do this. Both are acceptable, but do not use an impact as it could damage the jack. Remember to always replace the rubber cap if you are manually overriding the jack from the front. Since our jack is now lowered, our inner bolt holes are exposed. Start with the inner bolt on the side you already started on to avoid forgetting it. Again, we will start each bolt by hand and then tighten them with a drill and wrench. Once this side is finished, we will repeat our entire process on the other side, ensuring that the jack is properly secured with washer and nut on each bolt, and that you hand threaded each before using your drill and wrench. Once the jack is secured, reconnect your 2 wire harnesses at the front of the jack and test the jack at the touchpad for proper functioning.